Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you taking time out of y'all's busy schedule to stop and see what it is I'm up to. Welcome back to my chamber of chaos. Man, it hits a spot in the morning. It's not really morning, but close enough. Oh man, I'll tell you what, it's like 94, 96 feel like degrees outside right now. Humidity's so thick you can cut it with a knife. Unreal. Yesterday, Sunday, it rained all day. I mean, all day. It was just plumb miserable. But and kind of that's why I'm here right now. I kind of stayed inside. I puttered. I did a little of this. I did a little of that, and didn't do anything I really needed to do. That's the way of it, anyway, right? So, anyhow, one thing I wanted to do was, you may remember not long ago, I got this cold steel knife from off of Amazon. It ran me, I don't remember, it was cheap, like $10 or $11, and it wouldn't stay inside its sheath. So I took a candle, and I must have put the candle back. Oh, there it is. I took a candle, lit the candle, and just kind of moved this over top of it. I warmed it up, and then remolded, pushed and pried, and I put a couple of fingerprints in the plastic, but it holds. Now, I figured after I was doing that, and I was still messing around with it and whatnot, and I decided I was going to put some paracord wrap on it, just because I've got all kinds of paracord, and anyway, I wrapped it all the way down, but it didn't like to sit on this shoulder. So I ended up, and I did a double wrap. Past, under the first wrap, there's a loop that goes down. You pull, tighten the first one in. And I just left the loop there, and when I finished up with the second wrap, I pulled that line through, pushed it through the end of that loop, and then tied it together, so it's all on there. And one problem I had as I went to open it by holding it, it's a very sharp knife. Yeah. I got Band-Aid, first aid wound kits all over the place. So what I reached for? Sorry, Gorilla Tape. It was a pretty good slice. I'll clean that up later. Looks good, don't it? So anyway, that was part of what I did. I took this was a piece of leather I had found. It was cut in the shape of a shield. You can see now it's folded in half. But when it's fully dried, I've got this patch knife. And this came with a leather sheath. I didn't like it. I made this one. This one was actually too soft, although I like the feel of it. That will fit in there like that, and I'll finish this up. There's another hole here that was actually on the leather shield, and I'll make a neck knife that way. So, like I said, this still needs to dry somewhat. I'm not going to leave my knife stored in there. That knife will rust too quickly. So, I think I may restitch this too. I'm not real crazy about the stitching going that way. Let's see. I made a pouch. and it fits these metal puzzle boxes from Dollar Tree. Right now it still has a puzzle inside of it, but it won't for long. Oh, come on now. There we go. It's just a pouch to cover it. I don't know if I want to put a belt loop on the back of it or not. Probably should have done that beforehand. Now, some of y'all may remember I bought this toolbox at Dollar Tree to do a bike everyday carry kit. It didn't even make it in the house, and I had too much stuff in it. I'm telling you, I cannot do minimal. So anyway, I grabbed this bag that I've got, and everything that I put in that box fit in there, kinda, but it was pretty well packed. So I moved up to this pack. Like I said, I can't do minimal. I don't know why. And then I get into something like this, and it's like, oh, I got room there to do that, and I got room over there to do this. And anyway, I'm not sure how much this weighs, but and I know it's way overstocked for what I actually need. I mean, I only ride a couple miles at a time, but it's pretty much a basic. I mean, I've got these lights are attached on either side, because this will go on my back rack. So I've got one on either side, and they'll flash. And there's a tube and a patch kit and various tools, and then all kinds of stuff. I'll have to do an actual I'll do a video on just on this. Let's see. I think that's basically about it. I mean, I did some other puttering arounds and whatnot, but the main thing that had me going was that kit. I kept going through stuff and finding more stuff and thinking, well, I've still got more room. What can I put in there? Sometimes it's a disease. I'll tell you what. I saw a video the other day. I can't remember who it was, but it was from like 2015 or something like that. And he asked how many bags do you need, or how many bags do you freaking need, or something to that effect. I think that's a question that really can't be answered, because it depends on everybody's own circumstances, you know. Like, I've got this bag now to go on the bike. It's not a bug out bag. This is just an everyday. If I happen to, you know, have a flat tire, or you know, there's stuff in there for minor first aid repair, you know, kits, and I think I've got a small cooking kit and a few, you know, other odds and ends in there. Just stuff that might come in handy. I've got a place to put it and a way to carry it, and you know, it's not a survival bag. It's not gonna last me to get me home in a real emergency. But I'm not going to be that far from home on my bike anyway. If I am, I'm going to have the bike on the back of the truck, and in the truck I have 3 or 4 other bags, along with a small bureau full of stuff. You know, the truck has almost everything I would need to leave and survive for at least 2 weeks. Other than fresh water, I'd have to put fresh water on board, and that's not a major big problem. I have several 2 liters, I've got probably a half a dozen 2 liters of water frozen in the one freezer, and they'll go, they can go right into an ice chest, and yeah, I've got water. So how many is too many? I don't know. I've got minimal bags, or minimal to me, mini bags that I can actually grab just to go on a short hike. Excuse me. It's got enough to recharge the battery in this, and it's got a small stand for this phone. Excuse me. Bandages and stuff like that. Just minimal stuff that goes in a man bag type EDC everyday. What could I possibly need? Then I have a slightly larger bag that's got more stuff. More that I can grab if I need to, and it has like a small fire kit and a first aid kit, and it's got some basic foodstuffs and basic survival needs and blah 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 blah. Again, it's not something that's going to last me a long time, but it'll get me through a couple days or so if need be. And then another bag with a little bit more stuff. There's one bag that would be more travel friendly. It doesn't have any knives and stuff like that. Although I think I may have actually taken that bag apart and redone it. Anyway, like I said, how many bags are too many? How many kits are too many? I don't know. I've got little kits all over the place, and of course I don't have one handy at the moment because I didn't think to go grab one. But I've got the little boxes around the size of an Altoid tin, but they're plastic, and they have a knife and a flashlight and a lighter. And I have those stashed all over the house. There's one in the bathroom. There's one in the kitchen. There's one by the front door. There's one out back on the picnic table. Just because if I need something, it's there. And I also carry sort of the same thing in my pocket. So those type kits, they're not expensive. You can buy the little boxes. They're $3 for $1 at Dollar Tree, and they fit a lighter and a small knife and a small flashlight. So under $5, and you've got these kits here, there, and elsewhere. If you're walking through your house at 2 o'clock in the morning and the power goes off, you've got a basic idea where these things are. So, in fact, I just thought of something. I may actually go ahead and glue a magnet to the back of one of them and stick it to the side of the refrigerator, just so I know where it's at. It may actually be a good idea. Yeah, I guess that's basically it. Just kind of like needed and wanted to do a quick chat up and have a video to post. I make this is cold coffee. Yeah, I know. Actually, it's a coffee Coke. I take a pint jar. I put 4 scoops of a dark roast coffee in it. Fill it with water and let it sit for about 2 days, and then strain it out. And then I put about that much coffee in it, fill it with ice, and top it up with Coke. No sugar. There's more than enough sugar in the Coke. So it gives me my caffeine fix in the morning. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I don't know if I'll do any other videos today or not. I'm on my, it's Monday, so I'll be headed out to my daughter's house for dinner tonight with the one G-brat, the one grandson who's 7 going on 30. Lord knows what we'll end up doing tonight, so careful around sharp knives. I need to go get this cleaned up, and let me know what you think, folks. Give me a thumbs down or thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around on your social media, that would be fandoculous. If you'd like to check out my Facebook, there will be a link in the description box, wherever that is on your device. Be forewarned, on Facebook I share this, that, and everything. Both sides of the political spectrum, all sides of the religious spectrum. I think I have a disclaimer on there that says, if you disagree with what I say, too bad. I don't really care. So, and like I said, for the most part, I go at all sides of the issue, up, down, sideways, inside and out. So, just be forewarned if you decide to come over there. That's all I'm saying. Cancer is an insidious disease, folks. Breast cancer is only one aspect of it. They all affect everyone, male, female, young, old, rich, or poor. They are all devastating. If something doesn't feel right, get it checked out. Go see a doctor. I know how difficult that can be, but it could be it could be something just as inconsequential seeming as an odd smell that has no reason to be there, or a phantom pain that you can't figure out why that would be, or there's no telling what symptoms can be. Just be proactive, get it checked out. A little update on my youngest brother. Some of y'all may remember he's got a very bad heart. He's 51, I think. He's had 13 heart attacks, I believe. He's got, I don't know how many stents he has in his heart. But he was in line for a mechanical heart as a stopgap measure before a heart transplant, but they put him on a medication, and it seemed to have a lot of benefits. Actually, they have taken him off of the mechanical heart program, and he is in line for he's going in front of a board of cardiologists to see where he ranks in the transplant listing. I'm not 100% sure how that works, but they're saying he may get a heart transplant within the next 3 to 6 months, I think is what they're saying. Anyway, that's fairly decent news, especially in this day and age. My mom's second youngest brother had a heart transplant 30 years ago. He got 20 good years out of it, and then 5 years where the heart started to go bad. So altogether, he had 25 years out of the heart. And he was 70 something when he passed. Anyway. And nowadays, you know, things are better than that, so there's no telling. He could get a transplant and live to be 110. If your loved ones are nearby, give them a hug and a kiss. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Send them a postcard. Just let them know you're thinking about them. Let them know you love them. If you're estranged, forgive, forget, apologize. We're not promised tomorrow, people. You never know when you won't get another chance. Till I see y'all again, I hope you have a fandoculous day. Sláinte, y'all. Bye-bye.